I want to feel energized with a clear mind to live life to the fullest. I'm working a lot, I'm busy, and there's barely any energy for anything else, and I'm ready to make necessary changes. When somebody comes to me and says those things, which happens quite a lot, there's a lot of things that are running through my mind over what we could do in a like a practical way to help that person to feel those things, to get their zest for life back. So thinking about it and putting together this video, there's 9 things that I'm really wanting to help this person with, and we certainly don't do them all at once, but I just wanted to give you a run through and an idea of what you could do to help yourself if you're in this situation of feeling low energy and wanting to feel more of it. So here we go. The first thing on my list is sleep, quality and quantity, and it's something that often gets disrupted through these hormonal changes that we go through. And we could do an entire video on sleep itself, but just to say that we do need to pay more attention to this. The things that used to work around our sleep habits to build quality and quantity, to get enough sleep and for it to feel restful and for you to wake up feeling like you've actually slept. The things that you used to do to make that happen probably aren't going to work anymore. So just thinking about the most obvious things is temperature in the room. It's going to bed at a reasonable time, ideally before 10:30, and then setting yourself up through the day to make that actually happen. There will be more videos on sleep to come, definitely. The second thing, number 2 on my list, is kind of related to that first one in some ways, because the feeling of frustration, the feeling of tiredness is not just a physical thing from not having enough sleep. Sometimes, quite often, it's about a frustration of feeling stuck and not being able to do something about it. That can bring about this feeling of exhaustion in ourselves, and tiredness and lack of enthusiasm for things that we used to enjoy. Low motivation can all come from those. So if that's what you're feeling, then you need more support, you need more help and direction, so that the things that you're doing are actually going to work and you have some faith in those things. So yeah, reach out to me if you need that help. Number 3, we're going to talk about food next. Big topic when we're talking about menopause. There's a big trend at the moment, which is fantastic, for vegetarian and veganism. It's on the rise, which is wonderful, because as women, as people going through menopause, we need more plant fibre in our diet for lots of different reasons that I might talk about later. But there can sometimes be some things that we're missing in our daily diet, and B vitamins is one of those things, and protein, which both support us through our energy. So it's worth just making sure that you're getting a wide range of foods, not just relying on the same things all the time. Number 4 is something that I've got personal experience with myself, and this is low iron. And it can feel really tiring, really lethargic, and you're not motivated to do anything at all. And it can come about from a variety of reasons, but we are more susceptible to it because of those crazy, heavy, wacky periods that a lot of us get at this time of life. So if you are suspecting that this is you, then I do recommend that you widen the kind of foods that you're eating, and you're not so restricted with it, but also go and get it checked with the doctor. It's pretty easy to manage when you know how, but it's good to get an actual diagnosis if you suspect low iron is something that you're struggling with. Don't guess for yourself, test. Number 5, another one on food actually. Energy is really linked to what we're eating, and highs and lows of blood sugar balance really does feed into this, because when we are constantly grazing through the day, perhaps relying on coffee, maybe a bit too much, certainly having fruit snacks, having cereal or toast for breakfast, these kind of foods really set us up for wild swings of energy. So they are not particularly helpful. It's protein and complex carbohydrates that we really need to stabilize our energy levels. It comes as a surprise to a lot of people that I speak to that as women, as we get older, our protein needs become more important. We often need more protein, not less of it. And this is for a variety of reasons, but it doesn't mean that you need to start eating steak every day. No, you don't need to. You don't have to do that. You can if you want. I don't. But you might need to think about the different sources of protein that you're getting. And if you're not having protein with every meal, then that could be something that you could start to adjust and change. There are lots of different options from plant to animal-based sources for that. Number 6. Now, I'm not sure if people are sick of me talking about this one, but I am never going to stop talking about the need to drink enough water. I know it seems so obvious, but a lot of us don't for lots of different reasons. One of the most common ones for people of my age and a bit older is the need to keep going to the toilet. So dehydration will make us feel tired. It will bring on an onslaught of other symptoms as well that we really don't need. So if it's perhaps a forgetting thing, a pelvic floor thing, or maybe you don't like the taste of water, there's ways around all of those things, but don't let it put you off. Your body doesn't work very well, i.e. you get tired if you don't drink enough. Number 7 is all about exercise. Too much or not enough will leave you feeling tired and exhausted. There's a middle ground somewhere. But if your exercise sessions leave you feeling absolutely exhausted and there's no buzz, there's no natural high that comes from it, you've done too much, perhaps that week, perhaps that day. If, however, you know you should be doing more exercise than you are currently, then set the bar low, start low, and celebrate every milestone that you achieve. And just as an extra tip to help with recovery after exercise, protein and dark-coloured vegetables and fruits like beetroot and berries, maybe with a protein powder, will really help your body to recover and get ready for the next day. Number 8, a sluggish liver and digestive system will make you feel tired. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is to eat a big range of different types of plants. I don't mean like house plants, I mean different types of vegetables, but also including herbs and pulses and lentils, ginger, garlic, all of everything, big range of it. 20 to 30 different types over the course of 7 days to help support your digestive system and your liver, and it will improve your energy levels. Number 9 is a big one, stress. Now, short-term stress hormones, adrenaline, will give us a buzz, it will give us a boost to get through that stressful event. But the problem is when we keep pushing out stress hormones, it becomes cortisol, which is literally like a breaking down effect in the body. If we keep asking the body to produce those hormones, those stress hormones, we are not doing ourselves any favour. It feels like low energy, it feels like apathy, everything, all of the thriving aspects of our lives are turned down and we're just on survival mode. That's not a fun place to be. Now, I don't believe that you can manage stress because, it's the fact that it's an uncontrollable situation that makes it stressful. And if I could manage that, then it wouldn't be stressful, right? So I can manage my own body's reaction and response to it in a more helpful way. And by doing that, and there's so many different ways of doing that, we can help ourselves be more resilient and kind of that bounce back ability from our physiological system that copes with stress is more likely to be on our side. So one of the ways that I'm often encouraging my clients is to get outside, get into nature, lie down on the lawn, walk barefoot in the park, go and lean on a tree. Sing or shout in the woods, it doesn't matter. Or if that's not your thing, then maybe you could check out some of my sound bath recordings. I'll put the links below. Supporting our stress system and making that more resilient isn't just about dealing with the stressful event in that moment. It's about all the other things that we do throughout our lives that help with that whole system so that you're not using up all your energy stores to be able to deal with that and you've got more for yourself. But if you need more help, more advice, more personalised advice for your own situation, then do get in touch. You'll find me at angiegarten.com and in the Facebook community Menopause Done Naturally. See you there.